I was thrown in the cell in the back of the police station. This will be your waiting room now, until the police chief has enough time to take your testimony. Well, at least I've got company now. What's your name, boy? I may as well talk to him. I am Fast. Tell me, for what kind of crime did the weird old woman frame you? You made the pact, didn't you? Yes. I also made a pact. I don't know if you noticed, but you can't talk about the pact with someone who hasn't done it yet. It's that crazy old woman who found a way to get me in jail. She made them believe I killed an idiot known as Hog. What? I was arrested for the same reason. I shouldn't be surprised. That old woman tells many lies, and somehow manages to make everyone believe her. We're both innocent, you know. Well, of this crime at least. She kills Hog herself, every time. When I first met him, he'd already died several times. What are you talking about? He was alive and well the last time I saw him. And how can you be so sure? It's why he gambles the souls, isn't he? Well, the dead don't talk, walk, play basketball, or laugh in your face. And people don't sell their souls in exchange for wishes, right? You know nothing about death, and you know nothing about this world. What you assume to be true may be false, and what you assume to be false may well be true. I didn't trust him at all. But in an awkward way, what he said kind of made sense. I noticed for the first time how much I didn't know. Just how stupid and arrogant it was to believe so blindly in the truths spoken to me. It was like seeing for the first time things that had always been in plain sight. I see. I wasn't wrong about you. I knew you were smart. Hog died the first time a few years ago. He was a drug dealer who got involved with someone he shouldn't. And how do you know all this? He was the someone who shouldn't, I'm guessing. Let's focus on what's important, alright? The question you should be asking is, how does a dead man come back to life and just go around walking and talking and all that? Okay, well, how does a dead person come back to life and go about around walking and talking and stuff like that? Silence. Somehow that strange woman stocks souls of other people and uses them as currency. To bring people back, not as humans, but as some sort of undead. When Hog died, the old woman offered him an offer he couldn't refuse. She told him she could bring him back to life, but he would have to pay her a debt before dying again. The amount of soul required to turn someone into undead is enormous, and the deal that the strange woman offered to Hog was that he should pay the double of his amount. Hog thought he could collect enough souls to get credit with the crazy woman, so that he could come back to life when he died, which is very useful for a drug dealer. That's why he's always so desperate to collect souls. But he's very naive. The old woman would never allow that to happen. Whenever he reaches his goal, she finds a way to kill him again. So in this way, he always comes back to life in debt, which works perfectly well for her plans. In addition to no longer being human, Hog is now a slave. If only he'd accepted death, he could rest in peace. They tried to make a bet on your soul, right? It makes no sense to hide anything from you, does it? It's not like that. I'm just in this situation longer than you. We're not the first. I doubt we'll be the last. That crazy woman uses people who are afraid of death, such as Hog, to collect as many souls as possible to do who knows what. I found out too much and started to cause troubles. Then she found a way to get me here. Sorry, but why didn't she just kill you then? Well, the old woman is a perfectionist and has a macabre sense of humour. If she killed me, she wouldn't have my soul. And she finds it amusing to put all the people who bother her in one place. So all the prisoners that are here are people accused of killing Hog? That makes no sense. Several people accused of the same crime. Wake up, Faust. Stop trying to make everything make sense, okay? We're talking magic here. It's a type of her magic. She makes people believe in absurdities. Do you still doubt me? Something about you doesn't seem right. Oh, it's natural you suspect me. At this point, only an idiot wouldn't suspect me. But take a look around. Did you notice something strange in this cell? No mirror. Besides two inmates talking about souls, you mean? Yeah, two guys who made the pact in the same cell will already be too much of a coincidence. But that's not all. Look around. There's nowhere we can see our reflection. He was right. I hadn't noticed. But the cell was absolutely matte. The iron bars were dirty and rusty. There wasn't anything that someone could use to see a clear reflection. This place has been prepared to receive us. We have no way to make any wishes here. We can wait for the dark reality now. You're right, it's a trap. Yeah, especially made to old people who make the pact. Welcome to my world, kid. Anyway, I've figured out how to see my reflection here. So tell me how and let's get out of here. No. What do you mean? Glasses, they have reflection. I can't tell you. It's not that simple. I knew I couldn't trust you. I'm not trying to harm you. I'd help you if I could. I have no choice. The wish I need to make requires a lot more soul than I have. That's why I need your help. Let's make a deal. What makes you think I'll give you my soul? I don't expect you to give me anything. I need your soul. And you need to know how to see your reflex here, and you need more soul to get out of here. You're going to need my soul. Wait, what? Here's the deal. We'll bet all the soul we have against each other. Then we'll let luck decide. No. Do you think I like this Russian roulette? We have to do this because there's no other way. It'll be better if one of us can be free than if we both spend our days locked in here. You're insane. He was silent. I didn't know if he'd given up or if he was planning something else. Because we've already gambled a soul to to a game that was rigged, so we're going to be suspicious. Time went by. I was tired and hungry. When I was thinking about considering making the bet, a police officer entered the cell. Faust, I came here to free... Ooh, the eyes. It was the same police officer who threw me in here, but something was different about him. Quickly, before she knows it. Okay. Am I not going to be freed? Ask for help to that witch. You made a deal with her. Liar. The shot hit him in the head. His body fell to the ground. He was dead. After running away from the police station, he took me to an abandoned building. The homeless and drug addicts were using the building as shelter. He took me through a door and scribbled some drawing on the floor. It took me to an isolated room. I don't have much time. Pay attention. You need to get away from this country as soon as possible. Take this envelope. Here's a fake passport with your photo and a ticket to Panama. Panama? Yeah, the flight is tomorrow morning. You'll be safe there. I left a snack for you in the corner. Eat, sleep, and go to the airport as soon as the sun rises. Why are you helping me? You can't let her find you. Your life's not the only one at stake here. I've got to go now. Wait a second. How can I trust you? I freed you from prison, didn't I? See you later, boy. Don't get caught. I'll try. And I stood there alone with my thoughts. I didn't want to run away, but I knew it would not be safe to stay in the country with that old woman pursuing me. I decided to do what the police officer suggested, to eat, sleep, and go straight to the airport. Next morning, I was at the airport. I had only the envelope and my clothes with me. I came to check in for the flight AZ666. Oh dear. Oh yes, the flight to Panama City with a stop in Dublin. Dublin? That's a pretty strange stop for a flight to Panama, isn't it? Well, so I'm guessing we're in the US. Just a feeling. That's very odd. Several airports are closed because of bad weather. It's a rather unpleasant coincidence, but Dublin's currently one of the few airports with good weather conditions. If you prefer, we can change your ticket, so you can look for a better flight. No need to change anything. Seemingly we're not in America then. I couldn't afford to wait. The plan was to leave the country now. Ireland or Panama, the important thing was to escape. Far from the old woman. Far from this madness. Chapter 3. Destiny, Fate, and Destination. I was so tired that I slept soundly throughout the trip. The stewardess had to wake me up. We had arrived in Dublin. Excuse me? Where should I go to make my flight connection to Panama City? There must be a misunderstanding, sir. This is a direct flight, sir. There is no flight connection. And if I may add, it would be quite strange to make a stop in Dublin on flight to Panama. Yeah, I know it makes no sense, but that's what I was told. It's written here on my ticket. Look. 1 minute, please. Let me check, sir. Sir, I don't know how to explain this. I'm very sorry for what happened. Your connection wasn't in this city. I don't know how the attendants didn't notice you were embarking on this flight with the wrong ticket. They said something about bad weather? Bad weather? The only way you could justify a connection in Dublin would be if the world was coming to an end. Where did you learn geography? Don't worry, sir. We can book we can book your flight to Panama for tomorrow morning. And I'll have to wait here. You'll be staying at a nearby hotel. At our expense, of course. Okay, let's not be too panicked. Okay, thanks for helping. I was not satisfied, but I knew it's important to be out of the country. And the idea to walk around and enjoy Dublin also didn't seem bad at all. Hello, it's Peg. Then a girl passed by, close to me. She seemed familiar. Talking, and there was something special about her. Suddenly I realised that I knew her. The girl was Peg. I felt that I needed to say something. Hey! She didn't recognise me right away. Faust! Hi, I was just passing by. I've had a problem with my flight, so I've got to stay here in Dublin. Then I saw you and wondered... oh, I know, you saw me and thought, who is that crazy girl talking to herself? These strange people who talk to themselves. I wasn't expecting to find her. I was puzzled, so I said the first thing that came into my mind. Nice to see you. Oh, nice to see you too. Why did you come to Dublin? Pleasure or business, madam? Oh. Business, I guess. I'm thinking of moving here. I have, an opportunity here, but, what about you? What are you doing around here? I had to catch a connection, but I've had a few problems, so I'll have to stay in Dublin tonight. Yeah, you already said. She was nervous, I could easily tell. Anyway, what a coincidence. I need to get to my hotel now, so I need to get going. But listen, there's a pub I heard of. Do you want to meet there? Yeah, I'd love to meet you again. What's the pub called? The Cursed Soul. It's easy to find. Just ask any cabbie. I'll be there by 9. Probably. Great, I'll meet you there then. See ya. What an appropriate name for a pub in a game like this. Or a story like this. The hotel room was simple but neat. I took a bath and changed my clothes. After a while, someone knocked on my door. The door opened and a black man came in with a green eye and a brown eye, I'm guessing. I'd really appreciate it if strange people stopped coming out of nowhere. Ah, Faust! Of all the places in this world, why did you come to Ireland? What's wrong with you? A strange thing about him, one of the man's eyes was green. Just one. This was happening all the time. You were supposed to be in Panama. Who are you? I'm the bloke who's trying to save you, bloody arse. Task you're making annoyingly hard. She is too powerful here. I can't protect you here. Obviously, because, you know, the British Isles very known for mythical presence and the like. Protect me? Yeah, from the witch. This is her land. Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing those voices. It's messing with my thread. She was born in these lands. Here, her powers are stronger, and she can manipulate many kinds of energies. We need to get you out of here immediately. We need to go. Well, I'm gonna leave tomorrow. Where are you going? Panama. Her powers are not stronger in Dublin, but her lands are nearby. Are you sure you'll do exactly as I say this time? You need to leave this country. Yeah, I'll leave. I'm here by mistake. I already have the correct ticket and all that. Alright, but be careful. She's around here. Don't leave Dublin, and do not get, by any means, close to Galway. Wait. What do you want to know? What do you want now? What are you? No. Who are you? The less you know, the better for you. Just get on that flight to the magical city of Panama and carry on with your life. I took care of everything. You'll be okay there. Bye, mate. I need to know the truth. You can't handle the truth. You need to go to a safer place. That's what you need. And after that sentence, he was gone. I decided to take a nap. I was tired. When I woke up, it was night. I wanted to enjoy the city. I thought it'd be a good idea to go out and find a nice pub. I went to the pub met Peg had told me about. Oh dear. The name seemed ironically appropriate. It's the same barman. Hi, how can I help you, fella? This pub has an interesting name. The Cursed Soul. There's a typical pub with an unusual story. In the early 20th century, a famous master brewer built this place. He always dreamed of having a pub. Share the joy, help people create bonds, he said. I know Northern rather than Irish, but he was always broke. He loved to gamble and he always lost everything. One day he said he'd won a big bet and had all the money he needed, but he wasn't happy. And why not? Perhaps because of the emptiness we feel after getting what one wants in exchange for who we are. The fact is that he committed suicide on the opening day. That is macabre. Even more macabre is that he changed the name of the pub at short notice. The Cursed Soul wasn't the original name. He said the newer name was to represent the price he paid for the pub to last forever. Well, the pub is still here, firm and strong after all this time. Now you tell me, fella. What do you think that happens when someone commits suicide? I don't know. A guy like you always has some ideas. You're creative, you see beyond the obvious. I can't see an inch further from my nose. Why do you think I use these lenses? I always do that. I tell the story of the pub. I ask the same question. But I'll never forget the answer that an old lady gave me. Oh, what did she say? That a person who commits suicide leaves a part of their soul behind. Forever. And that part of the soul transforms itself and becomes something new, separated from its source, and spends its days there working to prevent other people from making the same mistake. It's him, isn't it? I've heard stories of that kind. And she said more. She said that some witches are able to trap and enslave those souls, and use them to influence others. They speak things in other people's ears, convincing them to do things they don't want to do. Pacts, trades, betting. Well, that woman seems very creative. Creative, indeed. Creativity is the most underrated tool, and the most powerful one. It's through creativity that we see through the mirror of reality, and unveil the truth. Makes sense. You'll still have much to learn, Faust. Whoa, how do you know my name? I had it the last time, don't you remember? No. Last time, but I have never been here? It's okay, fellow, by the way. You may call me Garson. I am not feeling well. I'm feeling some kind of vertigo. Well. I was wondering when you'd show up again. Oh, did you miss me, honey? That bartender seems to know some things. Now I know what you are. Another slave of the witch. Such harsh words for a boy. This is how you thank me for having helped you so much. Helped? All you did was give me stupid ideas. But I also gave you good advice, more than I could have given. It's your fault if you only listen to the bad ones. Anyway, I'm very close to getting rid of her. And you are going to help me. Why would I help you? One hand washes the other, as you would say. I want to get rid of her, and you do too. I don't want to be involved in anything with you. We'll see. When the time comes, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. She vanished, and I was again alone with the bartender. Enough talking. You came here to drink. A beer would be great. I'm on it, fella. I'd barely taken the first sip when she appeared. Oh, you started without me. I'll have to run to catch you. It wasn't meant for me to be in Dublin, but I was, and so was she. I was already wondering if I'd chosen the wrong pub. I knew she was one of my soulmates, and that was somehow important. I told you, I'm terrible with schedules. I thought about how everything seemed to fit. So, what are you thinking about Dublin? Probably the same as you. I haven't had time to see much yet. I went to my hotel, which is kind of far away, slept a bit, and came here. We spoke for hours. It was amazing how well things worked between us. Almost as if we had to strain ourselves not to get intimate too fast. This was only the second time I talked to her, but it felt like we'd known each other for a lifetime. Fate is never that simple. I called the bartender to ask for a cigarette. May I have a cigarette? Take one of mine, just 'cause you're a nice guy. I only smoke when I'm drunk. Are you drunk? I also smoke when I'm nervous. Why did I meet you just now? Since I met you, I've kept thinking about you. I know, and you know it wasn't just you that felt that way, right? I know that. It's what scares me. Hey fellows, the pub will be closed in half an hour. Right, I'm leaving. Are you going too? I can walk you home. Of course. You wouldn't leave me alone with all those drunks on the street. Never. You know I am a gentleman. Good night, kids. Don't do anything stupid. After a walk, in which we talk about anything, we were both in her hotel room. Done. Now you're in your room. Mission accomplished. First, you know nothing. Mwah. I said nothing more, and neither did she. It wasn't necessary. Making love to her made me feel whole again. I still can't believe I found you here. Of all the times we could have met. Whoa! Of all the times we could have met. Of all the moments we could have had to know each other. There are too many coincidences. I love when coincidences come one after another. If you weren't here, if I wasn't here, other coincidences would have brought us together. But definitely, I don't need to tell you all this, you know. You feel it. Yeah, I do. It's comforting, but also scary. Changing is always scary. However, I do believe that when the changing process starts, the best you can do is stop struggling. I'm gonna make the best I can of it. I know you're running away, and I know you think this is the only solution, and that you're not able to face this. But you are, and you can do it. You're the master of your own destiny, the master of your own will. Yeah, I'm running away. I want to stay with you. I don't know how to explain, but I feel we both need to be together. But I don't want to see you involved in the mess my life's become. Well, this is what we're going to do. Every month I'll come back to that pub at the same day, at the same hour. Whenever you get to solve whatever you have to, you can find me there. You'll meet someone else. Someone less complicated and not as troubled as me. Look, that might eventually happen. I'm not a stone to die alone, forsaken. Whenever I get to know that you're available, alone, I really feel some pity for the poor guy who might be with me. It was impossible to disguise the smile in my face. I'm going to grab something to drink. She stood up, filled a glass, and gave me something to drink. To celebrate. To finding each other. And to the solution to your problems. Which might be? You know what I mean. I looked deep into her eyes, her beautiful smile, her eyes seeing through me. I sipped the drink and blacked out.